Hey guys, we're doing another one of these video blogs. I'm here with Dan Bianchini.
Hiya.
My name's Marcus Taylor. I'm dressed as a pirate today because it's a Wednesday, and on Wednesdays I dress like a pirate.
Yes, and every other day you dress like something else.
There we go. Cheers for that. And okay, so basically, recently me and Dan, we've been working on a bit of a project called Oxon Digital, which is a local event for sort of social, SEO, PPC, analytics, digital marketing people. And so we've been sort of really focusing on how to use social to market and promote local events. And we've learned a few sort of little tips and tricks that we wanted to share with you. So today's video blog, we're just going to be talking about five tips on how to use social media to promote local events. But I think first of all, I think we need to give a bit of a shout out to Sam Stratton and Dan J. Harris.
Yeah, Dan J. Harrison.
Harrison, sorry.
No, it's give us a bit of information, a bit of tips, because they recently started Sutton Digital.
Yeah, so thank you guys.
Right, do you want me to kick off?
Kick off, Dan.
Okay, so Marcus is the social guru here at SEO Optimised. So basically what we wanted to do is try and find people that are going to be interested in our digital event, and the best way of doing it and how we're going to do it. So if you want to explain how we did that from a social point of view.
Yeah, so really the way that we kind of approach this is using Twitter search to basically find people who we didn't know already, who were sort of based in the local area in Oxford, who had words like SEO, social media, analytics or PPC in their description, and then reaching out to them via Twitter. I think Twitter's a really good one because particularly for this industry, but I think it kind of goes across pretty much any niche or industry. But that was really the first stage of what we did, was just using Twitter to find people and sort of create a shortlist of who we wanted to attend the event.
Yeah. Okay, so once we had this shortlist, Marcus came over to us and go, right, here's the list of people that I believe that we should be going and targeting. We decided to come up with a survey to asking people what they would be interested in, what sort of things they would like to talk about, and to be honest, are they interested in this sort of event in Oxford? We then went about DMing people via Twitter and sending them to a Google Docs spreadsheet where they filled in information and provided us with their feedback.
So you can do all that kind of stuff with something like SurveyMonkey or PollDaddy, but I think you tend to get a lot of sort of surprising results and things. You find that some people are a little bit more interested in one thing rather than another. So it's a really useful thing to do. So thirdly, the third thing that we did once we had these survey results was we used Eventbrite to actually create an event that allowed us to sort of manage all the events, see who was attending, very much like Facebook events actually. In fact, you can use Facebook events, but I think my advice would be consider the audience. I think Facebook events is great if it's kind of an event for people you've got on Facebook.
Yeah.
But as this was an event very much focused at people who we'd only just met on Twitter, it was much easier to use Eventbrite, which meant that we didn't sort of have to add people on Facebook or send those invites. So
I think Facebook events is more for a social point of view, where we use Eventbrite because it's more professional.
you can sort of manage the event.
Yeah,
as well,
although
which
it's going
is
to be in a
quite nice.
formal social meeting and gathering, it's still people that we don't know, and they're not actually on our Facebook account. So I think using Eventbrite, using Eventbrite is a good way. Also, there's Meetup.com as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For those of you interested in the brands.
So basically, once we had all this together, we had our list of people, we knew what they wanted, we had a really good way of managing who was coming to the event. We started looking outside that on ways we could promote the event in kind of local authoritative publications and blogs. For us, it was places like Oxford City Guide, the Oxford Mail. So the way that we did that was using Twitter search and LinkedIn just to find the names of people who we could contact. And then, I'm just sending them a tweet or giving them a phone call or an email, and just getting in touch and seeing if there was a way that we could sort of invite them to the event.
Yeah.
Get them down.
Speaking on the phone actually proved out to be very valuable. You had that personal touch, and it wasn't a sales call. It was just saying, "Are you interested in? We're doing this event. We get X amount of people coming along, and it's just a social event." So a lot of people said yes from these phone calls. So I'd recommend.
Quicker as well. isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'd recommend sometimes just picking up the phone if you've got their contact details and just giving a quick courtesy call.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, I think one thing that is quite different with events is that you tend to have this very sort of short time scale. Like for us, we've got 5 weeks until the first Oxon Digital kicks off. So you've got a limited amount of time to promote this, but for recurring events, I think there's a consideration of SEO as well. So how can you use SEO to, over a long period of time, build up your following of people attending the event? So Dan, what kind of advice would you sort of put out there for SEO for local events?
Okay, so what we're doing at the moment is we're working to a strategy. So we're going to look very local first. So the first thing that we've sort of set up is Google Places and Bing Local. So you've got that straight away. You've just got the basics there, where the event is, a little Google page that will point through to the website that gives them more information. Then we're targeting city plus event as our main key phrases. So Oxford events brings in 590 searches, exact searches per month. So we can get to number 1 there. We know that it's going to bring in a little bit of traffic and hopefully generate a bit of interest. Once we've gone local and we're doing really well with local searches, then we could start looking at social media events, more generic terms. So social media events, like I just mentioned, SEO events, things like that, to see if we can branch out and maybe pick up a few more leads from outside of the Oxfordshire area.
Cool. Okay, so just to basically recap all of that, the first tip, use something like Twitter search to find local people who'd be interested in your event and reach out to them using Twitter. Secondly, use something like SurveyMonkey or PollDaddy to find out what it is that those people who you shortlisted actually want from the event. Thirdly, use something like Eventbrite, Meetup.com or Facebook events to manage the event, see who's coming and have a way of actually sort of messaging and keeping in contact with your attendees. Fourth, use LinkedIn or Twitter search again to build relationships with local publications or blogs that you can use to sort of help promote the event. And finally, consider sort of the long-term SEO benefits around local event-based terms.
Yep.
I think that's all. Cool.
Perfect.
Cheers then, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.